Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and follow me on Instagram. I'm put the link in the description below. I'm going through a training camp right now, but let me talk about something. Keith Thurman is injured and he's out for 6 months, which will put him end of this year, excuse me, which is December. And December is a dead month for all. I mean, for boxing. Maybe the first week of December you can get away with a fight, but outside of that, the America conforms itself into the holiday season, and it's hard to convince people to travel to Vegas, New York for fights. Obviously, not unless it's a big fight. But moving forward, if he's hurt, and I like Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. That fight makes the most sense. Danny Garcia needs a big comeback fight. Sean Porter is #1 in the WBC. And it makes a whole lot of sense. I genuinely like that fight. I would give the edge to Sean Porter just based off of the pressure and Danny Garcia's inability to be a leader. You know, he's naturally a counterpuncher with plotty feet, which makes him susceptible to the pressure of Sean Porter. I think that's a real. I would give a huge advantage to Sean Porter in this fight, but for ticket sales and for namesake and for making sense, that's a hell of a fight at Barclays Center. It will sell out. Danny Garcia brings out the Puerto Rican community. It will be a pro Danny Garcia fight at the beginning of the fight, and by the end of the fight, it will be a pro Sean Porter fight. I genuinely believe that. So let me know what you guys think. Keith Thurman is down, so that will put, I don't know where that will put Errol Spence, because Errol Spence wants to unify. The only person he can go after is Manny Pacquiao, because obviously Danny Garcia, if Keith Thurman can't get a Manny Pacquiao, he's gonna ask for a tune-up fight or a medical clearance or something like that, where he can get an extension. If he can't get a Manny Pacquiao fight, if he can't get a money fight, I expect him to get a medical exemption and have an extension, so he won't be fighting until March or April of next year, which he typically does. You know, so let me know what you guys think. I really like Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. That's a big fight at the Barclays Center. Guaranteed sellout. It will captivate us on so many different levels. Obviously, you got Puerto Rican black on the East Coast. You got 2 top 5 welterweights in the ring. You know, you got both fighters arguably in their prime. It makes sense. That fight genuinely makes sense. I don't know anybody with a non-title. Maybe the loser of Kell Brook, Errol Spence. Maybe you can argue the loser of that fight should fight a Danny Garcia. Maybe that makes sense. Or Sean Porter, that makes sense, which will give him his, by all intents purposes, by what we believe, that will give him his rematch against Kell Brook. But I can't see Kell Brook coming over to America without a belt where he can make $1 million a fight over there fighting bums, right? So I couldn't see that happening. Eddie Hearn would not want him to lose a 3rd fight. He would want him to just steal some money as much as possible, sell out some 15,000 person arena, you know, stuff like that. So I genuinely don't expect that to happen. But at the end of the day, if Keith Thurman is out for 6 months, Danny Garcia and Sean Porter is the best available non-title fight at the welterweight division that I could think of right now. Not namesake, but just quality fights in terms of where they're at in their respective careers. It makes sense. So let me know what you guys think. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And talk to you guys soon. Peace.